And then
You
I say,
feeling it?
yeah, I'm
Okay.
feeling it. And
Okay.
so remember this, every tip, every strategy that you hear today is going to be a mini step toward your personal brand into a powerhouse, right? So I think the
Mm,
best thing is like get it going right now. There's no
yeah.
need to stay here to analyze it endlessly. Just be relentless. And now I think today, let's talk about step 3. You got quoted. Now, how do you leverage that? How do you get even more mileage out of that one piece of content? Why don't we show it off? Oh,
Woohoo.
this
Oh,
is
here I
Fast
am.
Company, July 17, which is a month ago. And then you scroll just down a little bit. Whoa, emotional intelligence by who? By this not so common name, Andrea Miller. That is how you just went through the submission, you get
Yeah.
published. This is something really good to share beside your mom, your dad, your uncle. Right? It should go more than that. I think you deserve to kind of brag about it a little bit. We will be talking here about using a blog post to augment the influence. Google is a search engine. There are some other engines, AI that could be competing with it. But for now, Google is still the king and still got the monopoly if you've been following the news. But anyhow, there are many, many tools. I've been using Type AI, which is a writing specific AI platform. And I love it because I'm biased. The co-founder and I were neighbors. Very simplistic. Stefan, the CTO, had this philosophy to make it non-clutter, but yet all the features are tucked no more than one keystroke or one mouse click away. So I'm actually going to start a document and I'm just going to paste the quote.
I'm so
Okay.
excited about this.
Yes.
You can take care of my content for the month. Go ahead.
I kept calling it a digital pen pal because it's such a friendly name. And so you can say, what's the big deal? It looks like a G doc. It looks like even a Microsoft Word. Remember, everything is tucked one or keystroke away. You got content ideas.
Huh.
The important thing is by the time we paste it, AI, and in this case, I got different models to choose from, right? So I can pick preferred model. What I loved most about this tool is
Ah,
I
gives you
already
both.
got
Okay.
different model. So
Yeah.
think creative writing,
Claude.
Claude is a little
Definitely.
better.
I
GPT
agree.
is better at programmatic tasks.
Yeah.
If I want to talk about making a snake program or something, a Pong
Yeah,
program.
it's the work, I would
Yeah,
say. Claude is the more creative one.
yeah.
Just a quick question on that, Ken.
Mhm.
So is this the low level, or can you link it to your own account and get the higher level? Or
This is really good. So I don't get monetized by this, but I did talk to the CEO, Stu, of Type AI. If you guys want to sign up, you get a 14-day trial. But if you want to send me your email, the CEO is going to give you an additional 30-day
woohoo, I'm going to send you my email.
additional subscription. Yeah, additional
Okay.
subscription should you become a customer. So let me just show you a little bit here. So there are two, once you become a paid subscriber, which I am. So you can do speed, which is basically the 3.5,
Okay.
or I forgot the smaller model, which is not the Sonnet on Topic, but you can do speed, which is quicker. For me, I don't mind taking it more time. The digital PayPal takes more time to think about it. Smoking a pipe in the middle, I don't mind. And then this is where the model I kind of show you. So you can, if you're writing a more scientific journal that you need to be more clinical, I might use GPT, but I want to sound more of like a creative person. I typically do Claude.
Good.
So let's come back here. I show you the digital PayPal, right? Which is context aware. What it means is already reading. Okay, they know that this is the title. And again, this can be rewritten or something, but these are all the suggestions that you should be doing next.
Huh,
So
this is
if you
great.
somehow run into a writing block, that is how you can unblock it, right? There are more suggestions. And again, it's all of it is analyzing this and doing it context aware. So very,
Hmm.
very neat, very customized. But I think the money shot is this,
Yeah, show me the money, Ken.
the type chat.
Huh.
So I got it here. Again, still context aware. And this is where I say, well, let's write a blog post, 300 words
Hmm.
for now. And again, this is not a good prompt. It's very ambiguous. but I got some spec there. It's a blog post. 300 words means what? How many characters? You see the confusion. You see that it's not very precise. But if I want to say 3,000 characters, it's a little bit more precise. But anyway, most people would probably like casually write a prompt like that. But let's just go with that for now, right? For time's sake. We are using Claude. We're using Power, so it takes a little bit more time because it's a slightly larger LLM. So it does a little bit more thinking, and also it depends on the traffic. If
Yeah,
there's a
it
lot of
was a little cranky this morning.
look at this. I got the output.
So just a quick question on this. So you were talking about the prompt. Do you use the same kinds of prompts that you would use for a regular Claude model or ChatGPT model, where you give it a role and you give it more context, and or we just depended on the type AI to kind of come up with the content for us? I mean, how much context do we need to give it, I guess, is really the question I'm asking.
Yes, really good question. So first, most of the LLMs, they claim they're unique, but once you're able to get the prompt technique, is universal. The roles, the tone, the limit, you can do it all in one shot, or you can just, do it iteratively, but it's the same. And what they have here, and it's about to show you, is there's the transformation. And I'll show you just a little bit. This
Okay,
is
so I
one
want
of
to make
those.
sure we get to Artflow today, because that is
Yeah,
super fun.
it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna, I can copy and paste it, but I want to just kind of put it in here. Okay, so it got in here. And this is where pretty much the writing assistant, the pen pal, has handed you a draft. And I'm just looking at it. You got bullets,
You got
you got
subheadings.
bullets, you subheadings, which is
Perfect.
very important.
Yep.
If you go into the SEO, you should have one big title, you should have some subheading, you should have some subheadings. So this looks pretty easy to scan, which is
Well, I was going to say also for LinkedIn newsletters, which all of you should be thinking about creating a LinkedIn newsletter. It doesn't have to be every week, but they get a lot. It's kind of like YouTube in terms of the magnitude. You have the force of LinkedIn behind you when you put something on LinkedIn as a newsletter, and plus it'll go out to your whole opportunity to get subscribed goes out to everybody who's in your network. But to Ken's point, you can do subheadings on there too, which help optimize your articles. So there's a drop-down feature in the LinkedIn newsletter to do headings and subheadings.
So I'm just going to quickly show you this transformation that we talked about.
Yeah,
So
please.
say that, we look at this, we don't like how it's worded or something is funky about it. So there's some pre-built transformation, improved, shorten, lengthen, fixed grammar, simplified, enhanced readability. It's a
That's
default
nice.
setting, right?
Yeah.
But what if I want to do some custom stuff? So I say rewrite copywriting benefits. So don't talk about features, talk about benefits. That's my custom prompt. I already saved it.
Interesting.
LCA, LinkedIn collaborative article. So there's certain format. So I want to make sure that it's not longer than 750 characters and stuff like that. So I already got it saved.
Finding out what Ken's doing behind the scenes. This is great. I'm learning. Go on.
Yeah, combine abstract. So like, I got this long piece of paragraph, or, this long writing. I want to abstract that into, 100 words, 100 characters, all that stuff.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay, great. So let's jump into this Artflow. So again, Artflow, I got the opportunity to actually speak with the CEO, and he was very excited. The idea is to help with personal branding. Okay. Oh, great. I just finished training a new person.
Okay, good.
Yeah. The idea is I already provided a couple of my headshots, the only professional ones I can find in my album. And
But
about
you
5.
don't need to do professional, just a little addendum. You don't need professional shots. You can just have somebody take, I forget how many you need to give the model so it can come up with a headshot for you,
Yeah.
an avatar for you. But you can just do that with your iPhone at home, and it'll create your person, your image that it'll transform. So
Yeah, it's a very good point. We can actually look at the interface a little bit. I think I'm maxed out, but basically, if I come
goodness,
in
what are you
here,
doing? You're maxed out. Not
yeah.
quite sure what Ken's doing.
Well, I'll show you the output.
I can't wait to see it. I really
Yeah,
can. It's fun. It's super fun.
the output is just spot on. So there are some other characteristic. You can change it to portrait. You can do all this different ratio stuff. You can do the template. But I'm just going to do a quick demo. Say, well, cashmere is is my fictitious name dressed in a pinstripe in a boardroom. I don't know why I need this kind of photos. Maybe there's some kind of presentation I'm about to do. So these are kind of like, there are other parameters. You can make it ultra realistic. You can make it like pixelated. There are different styles to choose from, right? Now, what I really appreciate is there's this director mode. I can actually change, my body position. I can say I want to do a half. I want to do a 3/4.
I'm
I want to
learning
do
new things every time I'm with you. Here we go. So cool.
sizing. So let's do something like this. Background, old school private equity firm. Okay, again, making stuff up. So I'm going to generate. This is going to take a little bit, and then I think it's going to give you 4 versions. Meanwhile, I want to show you some finished products. This already came out. This got added.
But that was us because you have the paid one, right?
Yes.
The
So
thing about the free tier, just a couple of things. So, I mean, it's great. I think it's amazing they do this, but it does take longer when
yes,
you have the free tier. And so you have to have some patience around getting your cashmere, your model
right.
together takes hours, the first one. And then the other photos, they take a little, but not that long, just a couple of minutes. So.
Yeah, and then there's some advanced features. You can actually make, text to video and text to clips, things like that, which I think is well worthwhile if you're thinking about a subscription, which is actually very economical compared to finding a videographer, photographer, is a no-brainer. So I'm just gonna show you a little bit like
I
this
think you're
was
going to need to do a separate art flow one for us, Ken. I'm
yeah.
just putting that out there because I'd like to see it, but
Yeah. So I got some prompts here. I think I was lacking some professional looking photos, but this was someone I would say I was frustrated, so the tie was off. This one was like I'm an outdoor person, which I'm not. This one is like I'm a successful person, which I'm not. This one is more realistic. It's like, I'm a bad boy, reformed bad boy.
is Deadpool. There we go.
Yeah, the movie just came out, I guess, with Wolverine. So I was playing around with that, and this one actually got into some of the thumbnails, some of the
Yeah.
collateral that we were using. So it was all just sitting at home in my pajamas, creating professional-looking portraits. I'm going to go back to this presentation here. This is some formatting techniques, right, that you can do. And I already created some photos that I show you using Upflow. So I'm going to create some feature photo to make it a little bit more engaging. So I'm going to pick something here. We're talking about emotional intelligence. This is so reflective of
When I talk about emotional intelligence, when I get photos, I always that's not the picture I look for, but it's, I always talk about it in terms of, working in an office, working, with other people, just the ultimate goal is for people to enjoy their work, for people to be more engaged in their work. And unfortunately, it's not the case, but not always the case, I should say. But that is when I do emotional intelligence, it's having people together, collaborating, working together, taking the time to listen to one another. Those kinds of things are what I do when I do the photos for my emotional intelligence articles.
So I don't know that the picture does the justice. So
I mean, that's a different form of emotional intelligence.
yeah. So let's add another one to kind of.
I'm getting a lot out of the emotions you're putting off in your Deadpool shot. Yes.
Okay.
Don't talk to
So
Ken.
we got this article. What do you think is the best way to get it out in the public? How do I get this blog post? They're always Substack, Medium, LinkedIn, all that stuff. But I don't have time because I'm
Yeah.
about to go to lunch, right? I'm about to go to liquid lunch. So let me show you a secret.
Go ahead.
This
I'm
is a
all
brand
ears.
new feature published. Okay. So there are a couple of features here, but I just want to make it a blog post. I want to make it emotional intelligence. And this is where you can go in some SEO techniques and things like that by Andrea Miller. Okay, so that's going to be the URL. I want to hit published before even I got a chance to order my beer. We got it. We got this thing published with the marketing collaterals that we created using AI in your pajamas. Me in my pajama, you in your pajama. Okay, so that is step number 3, which is creating the blog post.
Can I just add one thing in, just because you mentioned it?
Yeah.
Medium. I just got published in an article for a Medium subsidiary called Authority Magazine, And that's
Uh-huh.
also, and the reason I'm saying this, mentioning this, is because it's also at the top of my feed now. So Medium, and you had mentioned Medium to me, Ken.
Yeah.
I think it's underutilized as a way to get your name out there. So
Yes.
just saying that. Now back to our show.
Yeah. Well, so those are the some assets that they got a high domain authority,
Yeah.
and by if you get published by them, either paying or non-paying, you still get the boost. That is a very condensed, quick way to show you guys how to go from finding the quote, getting quoted, and now amplifying it using the a blog post. And we didn't talk about social media, link, YouTube, and all the other stuff yet.
That's a future LinkedIn Live that we're going to do, right?
It's a future LinkedIn Live. Yes. So
Ooh, bonus.
what is this bonus about? I think we talked about some of that previously. So LinkedIn collaborative article. These are AI generated topics, and then they got subtopics. People can chime in and contribute and interact with it. And I'm not saying that you should be spending a lot of time doing that, but I think it's a free way to find topics to write about. Say that you want to talk about AI and personal branding, you can probably find some articles using the LCA library and then contribute to it. And
Yeah.
once you do that, don't stop there. Turn it into Medium, turn it into a blog post, turn it into YouTube. So this is the very beginning of it,
Using Type AI.
using Type AI and upload and
Yeah,
and and
exactly.
many tools. So how do you get this checklist? You can scan QR code. You can also do this. And by the way, this is I'm launching a Maven course, launching a new business using AI with very little budget.
I hope there's gonna be a friends and family discount, Ken.
There will be a friend and family discount. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So reach out to me, scan the code, sign up. People that sign up, they will get priority VIP access.
Yeah, I think it would so be worth it. Every time I talk to Ken, I learn something, and he has a great way of sharing content, as you probably found out today, that's just accessible even for somebody who's like technically on the low end, like myself. It is super helpful to have people like Ken to work with, and I think I'm looking forward to this class.
Great. Thank you.
My
So
pleasure.
yes,